Hello darlings, I am Cassandra. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. Guys, I had the biggest breakthrough ever today. So you know how it is when you do your magic and you light your candles and you do your magic rituals and you do all of the things that you want because you're like, I am manifesting this particular thing, whatever that thing may be. And then when you don't see it, you're thinking, okay, is my magic not working? Is something wrong? You know, but this is the point I'm talking about in this video, is where you know you have done everything right within your power, and you know that you've completed your rituals and you've done every known, I don't want to call it a spell, potion, whatever, but you know what I'm talking about. And you're just like, did I miss something? Did I do something wrong? Is something wrong with me? Did the angels not hear me? So no. So anyway, I want to share with you a secret, at least about myself, and maybe you will do something to look within yourself too, so you can see what could be possibly holding you up from elevating your life and moving yourself to the next level. Like why, in terms of feeling stagnant. So I decided to do a ritual, and one of my favorite magic books of all time, I don't care what anybody say, it is Words of Power by Damon Brand. That is the book I would tell any beginner person who's new to magic. I'm sorry, they have a ton of other books, but it is maybe because it was the first. You know how it is with the first, you fall in love and whatever, but it's the best to me for beginners. But anyway, so I decided to look within myself to figure out, why is there something in me that needs to change? Why am I stagnant? Why am I not moving my life forward in a way that I wanted? Like why, let's just be clear. Why am I still writing book 4 in the Jungle Beauty Goddess series? And then I have a ton of new items in my metaphysical shop that I haven't I haven't completed the photo shoot for. Yeah, right, they're just there and everything is ready and I have the backgrounds, and I'm just like, what is wrong with me, right? Why am I, and I have 2 additional Abrasacs fabric beans that I need to create. They're literally on my dining room table. I have sold all of the pieces and I just haven't put it together. I'm like, what is wrong with me? Why can't I why can't I move forward? So I did a ritual for wisdom, and a very specific question: why am I stagnant at this moment in my life? What is wrong with me? I know I'm working on magic, but in terms of elevating myself, economically, but Jesus, I'm just like, what is wrong with me? So, and I knew the angels weren't going to let me down, because they never do. They never let me down. Sometimes it's the questions you're asking too. So I'm around the house today and I'm drinking my coffee and I had the biggest breakthrough. How long am I in this video before I tell you what happened? 3 minutes. So let me tell you what happened. What came to me was something about my personality that I have overlooked and has been true about me for a very long time, and I just want to share with you guys. I'm just going to chit chat. I'm not trying to save the world, right? Yeah, I'm just sharing. So when I first went to college, I didn't attend any of my graduations because graduations were sad to me. It was over. I enjoyed the journey. I enjoyed taking the classes. I mean, sometimes when the semester would end, I would bawl in the hall. I would just cry my little heart out. And I was that student. I'm going to leave my teachers these really beautiful letters and I enjoyed your class and I love you forever. And it's hard, it's hard for me to move on to the next thing, right? And my favorite part of a trip is preparing for the trip, prior to the trip. Oh my God, I love looking forward to the trip. I love looking forward to what's to come. And then I love, my favorite part of like when I used to go on these trips was the car ride. Oh, I love the car ride, right? And to me, the closer I would get to my destination, my joy and my happiness and my passion would dissipate. I notice, even when I'm writing my books, I notice I get sad when I feel the ending is coming, because when I'm writing the book, the characters are in my head, they're waking me up. It's like they're channeling these messages to me, and I see them and they're talking to me, and I'm in love, right? And I'm so in love. And when I get to the end of a book, I go into a depression. I go into a deep sadness, because I'm going to miss them. I'm going to miss the characters. I'm going to miss the story. When it's time for me to graduate, it's the same thing. So, and you know what else? Now, I hope this is not inappropriate. Maybe it is. But I'm that girl who likes to extend the moment. Like, I love everything that leads to the moment. You know what I'm saying? That moment of release. It's like, because once you get there, you know it's only downhill from here. I don't know if that makes sense or not. And I think that, you know what? I'm not stagnant. It's not that my magic isn't working. I am literally enjoying the ride. I'm enjoying the scenery. I'm enjoying this. You know, even though it's a disaster, it may look like a disaster, but I know that when I finish book 4, I'm gonna miss them. I'm gonna miss all of those characters, and so I'm extending it. I didn't know that I was psychically, spiritually, what's the other one? Emotionally, magically withholding the release. Is that crazy? Is that a crazy thing to like realize about yourself? That maybe there is a part of you that is literally enjoying this moment, and that you are enjoying the rituals, right? You're enjoying lighting the candles. You are enjoying performing the rituals, developing the relationship with the angels and the spirits and the entities. Listen, it may not be true for you, but to have that insight this morning, to me it was life changing. And I was thinking, so while I'm in the shower, I'm thinking that's kind of interesting that I do enjoy the journey, and I want to extend it. So when they closed Joann's, by the way, and I almost had a heart attack, but that was just my place. I would get off work, I would go get a coffee, and I would just walk the aisles just to get ideas. And whenever I go to the store, 99% of the time, it was when someone asked me, they say, "Oh, can I help you?" I always say no, because I want to find what I'm looking for casually, because I have discovered some of the most magnificent craft items just perusing, looking for what I came to the store for. I know that if I go directly to the item that I came to the store for, that it's going to be over, and then it's not going to be fun anymore, unless I'm in the middle of a big project and I know I need more fabric, or I need, you know what I'm saying. But just in general, let me just, I want to find it on my own, because there's so many wonderful things that I didn't even know existed, and so many new ideas are going to come to me as I peruse, as I take my time and to get to the item that I'm actually looking for. And so the other thing that came to me this morning while I was thinking about this is, when we were kids, we used to go on vacation, and I loved, preparing for vacation. Like, I remember my parents used to buy us these little summer outfits with the little matching shorts and little matching tops. And my mother was meticulous, and she would always, oh, mommy. And, my ribbons had to match all of my little outfits and my little socks. And so I just remember like preparing like the suitcase, and everything had to, when you don't have, red ribbons to go with the such and such little summer dress. And then she would buy my sandals and everything. It was like, oh my God, getting ready to go on vacation to me was more fun than going on vacation. Is that crazy? So, but anyway, so we're preparing to go on vacation, and I was so excited, just telling my friends we're going down south. My family is from Alabama, Selma, Alabama, actually, and so but this is the thing. I remember just, I couldn't sleep at night. The anticipation was growing. But when we would get to my paternal grandmother's house, they did not have electricity. This is when I was young. They didn't have electricity, and they used to have these big tin tubs, and they would put heat the water up with the fire. What do you call it? There was no electricity, so the firewood, and they would burn it, and they would just heat the little tub up for us with the water. They would pour it in, and there was no TV, and it was just chickens and goats running around. And I remember I hated it. Oh my God. And flying roaches and and these big, what do you call them? These I'm looking at them. They were called what flies? I'm talking about, the flies with the double wings. Oh my God, and they were huge, like little birds. When we would get to that country road, I remember how the crunching sound of that country road, going down that road, I would just start crying in the back seat. I would start crying because I knew I was about to be miserable. It's super hot. There's I didn't like the heat. I didn't like any of it. So, but on the way there, I loved the mountains. Oh, the mountains were so beautiful. And I think when I look at my life from when I was a young child to now, I think I have gotten into the habit of thinking of loving the journey and resisting the obtainment of what it is that I'm looking for, or resisting, or when I get there, just knowing that it's over. Like I like I said, when the books are over, I get really, really sad. When my classes end, when I graduated, I was really, really sad. I've never been the person who wanted to go to graduation or wanted to celebrate or have a party. I'm like, why would I celebrate missing going to the library and eating my lunch? And I would develop this routine, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes I think, I want to tell you this first because I lost my train of thought on that. I was watching this video, and it was talking about this, how some animals, their line of defense is to just play dead. So when the hunter or an animal is chasing them, they'll just pretend to be dead, and they would a lot of the animals would lose interest in a dead prey. They wanted to take their life. They didn't want them to just give their life, right? And I was like, wow, because they enjoyed the hunt. And I think understanding that, I think there's a part of me that, I gotta be honest, I enjoy the hunt. I enjoy the journey. I enjoy, oh man, I just had a breakthrough. I enjoy the rituals. I have to be careful. I have to be careful because I so enjoy the journey that I am spiritually and emotionally prolonging the obtainment of what it is I'm trying to manifest. Because I know I'm gonna, I feel like I'm gonna miss the angels, the demons. I'm gonna miss everybody. Like, I feel like once I have all of the things that I've been manifesting, I'm going to miss. I'm gonna miss all of my spiritual friends. I love burning, candles while I am working on, my angelic rituals. I love everything about the, like meditating, and I think that I need to be careful, and that even when I have, what I'm talking about, guys, I always want to extend it, right? I want it to last. I want the build up to last as long as possible. Because I know that once it comes, it's going to dissipate, and the joy of the experience is going to fade. So now that I have that revelation about myself, I feel so much better, because now I need to think about how I can be okay with getting everything I want. Because I'm pretty good at when I say manifesting, like, I've written books. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. I have a lot of college degrees. I know how to go about my business. I know how to get to the thing that I want. And I think that the reason that maybe I keep putting obstacles in my own way is because I love the journey. I love the journey to my dreams. And now I need to have a talk with my spiritual team about enjoying the dream itself, right? I need to think about when we actually arrived to my paternal grandparents' home. I mean, I hated every moment, but but I need to think about another way of, like, no, when I actually was, was able to go on the cruise. I remember I loved every moment preparing for the cruise. I was so excited. Every morning I would wake up like, oh, it's 3 more days, it's 2 more weeks, it's just. And then I enjoy getting on the boat, on the ship, and when it finally took off. But at some point I was just like, oh man, I can't wait to get home. And it wasn't the cruise, it was just, I didn't know that about myself. So now that I have recognized this moment, and I don't know if anybody else has experienced this before, but if you're working on manifesting something magically and you don't see it manifesting, maybe you are enjoying the magical journey. You are enjoying the rituals. You are enjoying it so much that you are delaying the obtainment of what it is that you are trying to accomplish. I really hope this video helps someone. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you, darlings, in the next video.